Hey Justin, how are you? Can you hear me okay? I've had a heap of problems with my streams today. I tried to stream about 4 times and just crashed. Where are you from, Justin? You good? Cool. Cool. Is it buffering or anything like that, or is it pretty straightforward? Oh, you're here in Jomtien. Cool. Cool. Whereabouts are you in Jomtien, mate? Not going to be on here for too long. Orient Condo, yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for a while. Just trying to get this sorted out so I can stream tomorrow. Okay. Okay, centre in Jomtien. Well. So yeah, you live here or you're on holidays? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my software. I got to sort it out. Might have to uninstall it and redo it because it's just mismatched my YouTube for some reason. You live here? Cool. Oh, retired, yeah? Nice. Nice, that's what I'm trying to do, but I've got too much crap to sort out first, but maybe one day. Rex. Centre, Rex. BT, I can't read that. There's a, what's it got over here? Oh, this one's not even on it. I'm going to try something. See if this works. Rex BT restaurant. I think it's what it's saying. Guys, I'm just trying to, I've got YouTube and OBS. I'm just trying to match them up, so. VT Res, here retired. 2 years. Cool. Alright, so just give me a sec and hopefully this will work. Find the right stream. Live stream, let's see. Okay, we're live here. This should work. Close to Rompo, okay. Ah, we're up. We've got 14 people on and it's all working. Good. Finally. My God. Haven't I had some problems with this today? I had, I don't know what happened with the internet today. Maybe the rain or something. What would I recommend out of a Forza or X-Max? I ride a Forza and the main reason for the choice was the electric windscreen because they got the, like, when you're riding around nice and slow, you can put the windscreen down. It's nice and cool. Where the X-Max has got a big windscreen, you can change it, but it's not adjustable. So I would go for the Forza. I think the Forza is better at speed as well. I think the X-Max is probably a bit more. It feels a bit lighter, But I like the Forza. Yeah, I got a Forza. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I had a couple of mates and they had X-Maxes. They both got ADV 350s, so that's another option. But they haven't got the electric screen, so there you go. Okay, we've got 18 people on and we're all working. Everything's working, my God, good. How about that? Oh, that's top. So I bought Brian. I don't know if you guys were watching, but there's a guy, Brian, and I done a video about him 9 months ago. And he lost his bar pretty much like me, and but he's in a lot worse situation. And one of our guys donated money to him the other day, and then another guy named what's his name? I just forgot it. I spoke to him today. Anyway, but he gave him another $100 today, so I gave Brian that G'day, how you going, mate? G'day, Jedi 3. And I gave Brian another $100 today, so Brian's got about a bit over $500 he's been given the last, couple of days. And, mate, he was down to 1 baht, or about 4 cents, to buy a litre of water. That's how broke he was. So, to be able to give him that was pretty cool. What's going on, Jedi 3, since yesterday, huh? Oh, it's good. I'm wrapped. Everything's working. We've got 19 people on. So that's good, yeah. So I brought Brian over to my condo and we fired up the live stream. And do you think it'd work? The internet wouldn't work and just problem after problem after problem. So I'll get him down the next couple of days and we'll go and have a bit of a chat to him. He's pretty keen. And the guy that's talking about, Roger, he's flicked him some money. He said, look, just tell me, when he's, he's a bit strapped and he'll help him out again. How good's that, huh? Some good people about, It's nice to have dealing with people like yourselves and the guys are on rather than the trolls that they've got big opinions about everything and they know nothing, Big opinions and know nothing. It's crazy. So what's going on, guys? So here, where I am, it's raining a little bit. Oh, okay. So, yeah, good on you. It's a big job, isn't it? Like, when you finally decide to sort of pack up everything and sell everything and, it's a huge job to get it all ready. It took me probably 5 months to get everything and sell everything, and it was a massive job. And then, the worst part was having to deal with people like on, when you sell things, like, put it online to sell and sell on. Like, I'm a bike rider and I had stacks of bike gear and stuff like that, and dead set, sometimes I wish I'd just thrown some of it away because some of the people I had to deal with were awesome, but some of them were just nightmares. Oh, g'day, mate, how are ya? Mate, Buick, today, earlier, mate, the stream wouldn't work, the internet wouldn't work, there was something going on, and Mal messaged me and he said that, the internet was dead, so it was buffeting and then it just crashed, so I didn't really do a stream earlier. Brian got to say g'day and that was about it. I was just saying that this guy named Roger Mitchie, he's done a donation to Brian as well, so I gave Brian an extra $100 today and he was over the moon. So he's gone from being, absolutely beside himself to, having some food. Good morning, Jeff Barter. Where are you from, Jeff? Yeah, look, it's a good place. Like, it's Jomtien's pretty cool, like, the thing I like about Jomtien is, you're close to pretty much everything. Sorry guys, I'm still getting over the COVID. Yeah, it's a good base of a place, I reckon. You're not too far from anything. I think you'll enjoy it, but you know what, you can always, once you move over here, you can always change where you live. What's going on today? Not much. I bought not young Brian in. I bought Brian in to do the live stream, and it wouldn't go. The internet was big problems and what have you, and so we, what we intended to do, we couldn't do, and later on it started going and working and all that, and I couldn't get Brian. Then he was gone. So yeah. So you're from Canada? Cool. You know what? The Canadians over here are pretty good. Like we get quite a few too. We got 35 people on. Wow. So what's is it summer in Canada now? Toronto, yeah. Is it summer there? Because like at the moment, what is it? July. So it's winter in Australia. So I'd imagine it'd be summer in Canada, yeah. Yeah. So it's been the weather around here hasn't been great lately. It hasn't been bad, but just spitting rain and stuff like that. Considering last year we didn't have a wet season, it's it's not bad. So I dealt with a lot of trolls today, guys. I went through a lot of the old comments from some of the videos that I just ignored before. And yeah, I dealt with a lot of trolls, and it's amazing how much crap that was being spoken, and how many people just were so outspoken about stuff they knew nothing about. Yeah, so yeah, very hot, 35 degrees. Wow, that's pretty hot for Canada, I imagine. It snows in Vancouver, doesn't it, or Toronto? When I was talking to Brian, I also ran into a guy that I've got to know over a couple of years being here, and he's a local too, and he's one of the good guys, you know. And I had a chat with him. I haven't seen him for a while, but he knows me from my bar and that, and we were talking about stuff, and oh my God, the crazy stuff that he's heard going on, and yeah, incredible. Hey guys, if anybody thinks that I've got anything to do with the Wombat and Kiwi bar, right, I haven't. Yeah, ho ho ho. Good evening. Yeah, if anybody thinks that I'm tied up with the Wombat and Kiwi bar, guys, I'm not. I'm just mates with Steve. He's a good bloke, you know, and it's just a good place to go. Yeah. Mate, look, you know what? He admits, like, and as we all do, you come here, right, and he's, being his age, right, he's, 63, he never watched YouTube and, these Thai Talk with Dan and all the tales and that. He come over here with a, good heart and thought he could start a new life, and, got taken to the cleaners. Mate, I'm similar, I'm not used to dealing with criminals and stuff like that. I'm not saying Thailand's full of criminals, because it's not, but there are scammers, and there are like these extreme narcissists that are just, that's what they do. They just milk people. So yeah, so that's that's just what they do. So guys, if you're coming over here, be aware that there are people that there's a lot of bad people in Pattaya. I will say that. There's a lot of good people too. Don't get me wrong, but this is how do you put it? Like, it's an adult place where, it's like the equivalent to the old King's Cross times a million on steroids, you know what I mean? So you're going to get gangsters, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get that, and you're going to get people that rot the system, and people on drugs, and people on whatever that are out to get what they get. So when you come to Pattaya, guys, you got to understand that could happen. No, not all Thais are. Hey, Rusty. Not all Thais are like that. Some Thais are such beautiful people. I've got some really, really good friends, and they're just, some of them are just the kindest hearted. The thing I like about Thailand is a lot of Thais haven't got much, and they don't need much, right? And they're happy with what they got, But then there's the other type, it would take your last drop of blood and wouldn't feel any remorse to leaving you dying on the side of the street. Put it this way: if they got a bit of mud on their shoes, they'd wipe it on you rather than help you. Yeah, I'm with the trolls that I get, guys. I'm absolutely blown away at how nasty and stuff they are, and how opinionated and whatever. So I've talked to a few YouTubers, and man, the amount of people they tell me that they cut off their channels and whatever from trolling is unbelievable. I thought, I tried to make my channel just open, so it's just a fair income, but it's incredible. Yeah, so what I found out today, which is interesting, is my mate's girlfriend that I was talking to today, his girlfriend actually works at my old bar as the cashier. So that was interesting. And she's nice. I've known her for a long time, but I didn't know she was the cashier at my old bar, and has been for quite a while. Yeah, there is a lot of narcissism going on here in a certain section of, ladies and that. Like I said, I don't know if you've listened to me before, but I find that the bar girls in Pattaya and that, they sort of generally come in three types. There's like some that are just hard-working girls. They're just doing it for their families. They don't like it, right? And they just do it. And then there's another sort of ones that, yeah, look, they make money out of it. And they're all good, you know. Like it's just they accept it. And then there's another ones that are the really narcissistic ones. They'll just get as many guys as they can and have many mobile phones and stuff like that. Yeah, don't let them upset you. Yeah, keep positive. Only problem is that, Jeff, is when they steal all your money, mate. That's a problem. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to set a precedent. Well, other people have beaten them, guys. They have. Don't think you can't beat them, right? Because you can. But you do have to have luck on your side, and you do have to have a lot of evidence and stuff like that. So, you know, only time will tell. But I should know something in the next month or something, so yeah, I'm sort of looking forward to moving on with it. So that's pretty good. But other than that, like I said, it's a great place here, Jomtien. There's plenty of good places and, you know, good people. I want to when I sort of a bit more financial again, I want to start travelling around the country and doing a bit of a Paddy Doyle style thing, you know, and checking out, you know, the places that I've been pretty much everywhere, but sort of flown through it, not really. And I wasn't a YouTuber then. I've just sort of seen bits and pieces on the fly. Yeah. What's that mean, Jeff? Yeah. Yeah. No, mate, I'm pretty good, like, at the moment. There's a few dramas still going on, but, yeah, no, I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there. Us people with depression, we just got to fight it. Hey, Jacob. How you going, buddy? You okay? I just put my little message up, guys. My thank you message for... Oh, where is it? Here we go. There you go. Thanks to all the people that buy me coffees and donate to the channel. It's very much appreciated. There you go, guys. That's about as high-tech as I get, eh? But I do appreciate it, guys. And thanks to the people, Roger and Mal and all that, too, that have helped... what's he out? Because without them, he would have been in a bit of trouble. Poor old Brian, yeah. Bit of a lag? Okay. Well, today it wasn't working. Okay, yeah, Rusty. So, yeah, more happy in... Rusty, do you speak Thai? Because, you know, I'd like to go up to, you know, Isaan and stuff like that. But the only thing that bothers me is I don't speak Thai, so... I don't know what was happening with the earlier streams. We had a big internet problem today, and I think it was Pattaya, not just me. Like, I went to AIS and everything today, and everything was fine that way. So, because I'm streaming through my phone, I haven't got the internet here in my condo. I'm getting it installed next week. Little. You think it's a big problem? I just don't know how I'd go without sort of people to talk to, you know. One thing that I enjoy is I'll enjoy the streams, but I enjoy, you know, talking to people, local people. And if I went to Isaan, I just feel that maybe I'd be too isolated because I can't talk Thai. Maybe give me a really good reason to learn it, but yeah. But, you know, like, Brian's, I can't even imagine living the, okay, speaking Thai in Isaan isn't really an issue. Okay. Okay, I can't even imagine having the isolation and, you know, being in his situation. He's been living on so little for so long. He's been pretty much living without anything for about 18 months, guys. And the good news is that come September, he goes to court. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel for him. So, yeah, I bet it is. This sounds probably a lot more affordable. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, Patty, she's got a house and a farm up there, and it's all run down, and she's renting it out. But she wants me to go up and, you know, she's, you know, do we want to sort of go up there and eventually and whatever. So it's worth checking out. But she's got a property up there, and apparently it's not much. But you don't need much up there. I don't really care, mate. As long as I can keep the mosquitoes off me and food in my mouth and whatever, I can live pretty humble. I've seen some videos on this, and they have some Isaan. They have some big concerts and stuff there, and some pretty wild stuff. Yeah, no, that's good. Well, that's good to know that there's a lot of people that possibly speak English. Jeff Barter, thanks, buddy. That's a big help. Hey guys, I just let you know that's really appreciated, Jeff. There's that thing on the screen, or in the descriptions. There's usually a link to stuff, and it doesn't. You don't. The only problem with these YouTube things is YouTube takes a third of them. That's yeah. Okay, 2 or 3 people you can talk to, yeah. Well, you know, I suppose if I was in the village, and I'd probably have to, like, really get stuck into learning Thai. So, you know, if you guys were going to go to the village, you know, would you learn Thai, or, you know, guys, would you come to Thailand and learn Thai, or would you just try and get by? Give Brian something to eat. Mate, he's had some good feeds lately, and he's doing well. Thanks for that, Jeff. Yeah, no, he's happy because I spoke to him, and I thought he was, you know, basically nearly suicidal, and he was in a really bad state, and I hadn't been able to get onto him for a while, and then I rang him and I got him again, and today he came into Jomtien, so I met him down the beach at a coffee shop, and yeah. And then we come back here and tried to do the live stream, and it didn't work out. Oh, sorry guys. Falling to bits from this COVID thing. I'm still a bit ordinary. You know, like, one thing I'm liking about my live streams, I've got rid of a lot of trolls now, and there's people, like, they get in there and they say, it's like your own fault, and you know, you deserve what you get, and you're this and that. But, like, guys, who deserves to starve in another country? You know, they're saying, oh, go home, you bum. You know, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, he's packed up everything, as I have, and he lives here. You know, this is where his home is. Like, if he was to go back to Australia, what's he got? He's got to live in an expensive country that he can't afford to do anything. Yeah, ordering food, yeah. Your Bart notes are fresh, yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of stuff lately, and it's very entertaining. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background, but once I can sort of tell you what I'm talking about, I'm hearing a lot of stuff from my past over the last year of the stuff that I've been dealing with, and there's stuff that just seems to be coming out, and I'm hearing more and more, so I can't wait to sort of let you guys know of what I've been through and what the real deal was, you know. But at the moment, I'm just not allowed to pretty much say, or I get in all kinds of trouble. Yeah. Yeah, look, I do understand a little bit of Thai. You know, it's like, I don't, you know, like most of the time they speak too fast and I don't. But, you know, I do pick up words here and there and what have you. So I know, you know, certain things. Eric, he's had a few people to help him out along the way. Now I've had one guy, he's prepared to help him a little bit on the way. He's not volunteering to give him lots of money, but he said, you know, you let me know, and you know, he's got a little rent, and he's got to live on the cheap, mate. That's all he's got to do. So if he can get by, get a few donations going, and mate, he's been living with no money for 2 years. I don't think that this is a good thing for him. Anyway, so just at least one person has said that they're prepared to help Brian out a little bit more when he needs it and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, guys. So that's all I can tell you from now. He's sort of living from day to day. It's a lot better than what he's been doing, guys. He was eating every second day from donations, from a Thai lady. So, and he's been getting by. He's a pretty resilient fella considering what's going on, and he's got by this far. So, I think 2 months to get to his court case and what have you. It shouldn't be a huge drama for him, especially now that he's probably got a few dollars available to him here and there, which is a lot more than he's had for probably the last 12 months. How he's got by is beyond me. Some of the things I've seen him eating. Now he's living in Nuklua, in a real small room in Nuklua, up near up past Terminal 21, up the other end of Pattaya. He wants to come back to Jomtien. He thinks he's found a place that's cheap, and it's down near, it's across from Rompo Market, actually, he said. But he likes it down in Jomtien. He doesn't like Pattaya or up the other end. So, anyway, look, it made me feel good being able to, that just from the chats and that people helped him. So, I feel a bit, how do you put it? A bit, I don't know how I feel because I can't help him, you know what I mean? Like going through this kind of stuff and what both Brian and I are going through, it takes away your freedom. You used to being able to do whatever you want, jump on a plane, go on a holiday, go and buy a new car if you want to do it, and, stuff like that. Whereas then all of a sudden you got, you got to worry how you got to pay next week's rent. So it certainly takes your freedom away. Well, I was talking that today. It is a possibility, but his lawyers have paid his legal fees, right? And there was about 60,000 baht worth of legal fees to get it going, and they've paid it. So they seem to think, right, that there's a possibility that he will get something. So, it's taken them a long time to come to the party, but they've come to the party, and at least he's got a court date and everything now. So, and they're pro bono as well. Like, unless he wins, they're not going to get paid. So it's in their benefit, just like mine, to win the case. So nothing's guaranteed, guys. You just keep your fingers crossed and hope he does okay. Now we were talking about that today. So we were talking about, what if he doesn't win and, he doesn't get any money out of it. And, well, I said to him, what are you going to do? You can't make any money over here. You can't live here. And he thought, oh, well, if it's over for me, it's over. So I said to him that maybe he should go back to Australia. If it's over and he's got nothing left here, at least he can go back to Australia and, maybe get something. Maybe he can go back. He's 63 now. If he went back there, say it was over in a couple of months and there was nothing going on, he could go over there and possibly, qualify for a pension and, whatever, soon. He's a battler. He's worked over there. He's paid his taxes. He's done his thing. He's, and, he's like we all make bad choices. He cashed out his super, when he could, because he was over it and come here, but, not probably the best choice. So that's sort of not doing him any favours now, but yeah. Yeah, look, my plan is, guys, look, I'd like to, look, my lawyer's now a really good friend of mine. I've spent a lot of time with this guy. We've become good mates, and just spent heaps of time going through so many things. Now, he's got in his head that, he comes across business opportunities all the time, and he's saying, look, Greg, you don't even need money. He said, you've got the ability to be able to do some stuff. So he's saying, oh, look, we can get some investors and, fire up something for you. But it's not really what I want to do. I don't really want to get investors and stuff want to do like that. I want to do something like I did last time, but know a lot more about, how it works. Like, there's things here that you don't know. Now, I had something happen to me, which I can't really tell you what happened, but it was something that I thought was gonna affect me. It's something that happened to me now, so I reported it to the police, right? Because I thought it needed to be on record, right? But the problem is when you report something to the police, say you had something stolen, right, and you report it to the police, and you go through it, the interpretation can be mucked up a bit. And when I've reported something to the police, they've basically said that I want to sue the person that I'm reporting, and that's not what I really wanted to do. I wanted to just report it so it's on record, so it's there as a reference for in the future. Now, because it's gone down and they've taken it down the wrong way, I'm lucky I've got witnesses and I documented it and I had photos and blah blah blah. But yeah, now that it's on record, I've given someone the opportunity to sue me back because, like, even though, like, I've got proof of what I've done, the law just works different ways here, and, you've got no way of knowing that until you sort of either come across it or, deal with other people. So in my case, someone come to my home when they weren't supposed to come to my home, barged in, done some stuff they shouldn't have done, and I kicked them out, right? And they wouldn't leave. And then they called the police and said they had some stuff inside the house. The police let them come in my house, and basically what they done is they went in and took some belongings of mine. And in the belongings of mine there was a bit of cash. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was in with what they took. So I then reported it to the police, and the police have taken it as I wanted them sued over that small amount of money. Well, I found that money the following day and reported it, and I told the person that had ripped off my stuff that I'd found the money as well. And I've got that on line chats and stuff like that. So I've got evidence that, like, I never went out to, I didn't go out to, make any false statements or anything like this. When someone comes into your house and you haven't got a safe, you put money, hide it in a spot, and then when somebody comes and takes your stuff, what do you do? So you go to the police and report it, and that's what I did. It's someone's making it out that I'm, what's it called? It's defamation, and I'm making false statements and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that they can go here, tit for tat, and defamation's a big thing. You can't even say, if you're in a restaurant, for example, you can't give the restaurant like that because you can get in all kinds of trouble. So you really haven't got that freedom of speech over here. That's one thing that's a problem. Well, maybe not a problem, but you just got to know how the system works over here, because it's a lot different. Sometimes, you've got to make things disappear with some cash. I know a mate who was involved in a little vehicle accident, and and him being the Farang, it was assumed that he was wrong, and so I think 10,000 baht, about $400, made the whole thing go away. So yeah, okay, here the internet's playing up a bit, guys, sorry about that, but it's not my doing. It just says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers might get choppy video, but it's not my doing. My internet is working. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. It is a myth that justice will prevail. It will not, guys, unless you're... G'day, Palmy. Hey, Aussie. How you going, bud? You good? Yeah. Yeah, look, that's... One thing, you guys, you got to know over here. Like the guy I was talking to today, Jeff, he's a really nice bloke, and but he said he's really struggled to find nice people to deal with, because so many, there's a lot of people out here that are defective. If there really are some, some offbeat people, off-center people, maybe you should call them, but they're not. There's some good people, and but there are also some just really. And that's a fact, and I think it's more so Pattaya thing. I was talking to when I was in I was talking to Johnny. Johnny, there's something going on. Hey, Wilso, and I was talking to him, and he seems to think he was the one that brought up I liked it over in Huhina. I really, liked it. And I was going to make a video with him, but I never went back there when we were going to do it. And yeah, mate, I'm okay. Yeah, Storm 32, Eels 14. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Ha! Did anybody really think the Eels would beat the Storm? Stranger things have happened, hey. Anyway, so he was telling me that he thought that Pattaya had some bad people, and I tend to agree with him, guys. Like look, I'm not saying all Pattaya people are bad, but there are some bad people here and whatever. So yes. Look, guys, think hard. Look, do yourselves a favour. If you're going to come over here, do your homework. Watch Thai Talk with Dan and stuff like that. All those shows that tell you about the bad stories. Because Port got the job done over Carlton. Okay. Is that Port Adelaide, I tell you? I'm not an AFL fan, guys, but yeah, I understand what you're talking about, Aussie. I'm getting better. So, yeah, do your homework, guys, because, I come in a bit gullible as well. I'm not used to dealing with criminals, guys, and some of these people are just straight out criminals, So, you can be gullible. Brian made a good point the other day. He said, Greg, I'm 63 years old. He says, I never watched YouTube. And I watched YouTube before I left, but I watched Paddy Doyle. Paddy Doyle's not reporting on crime and this and that. He's reporting on how he loves Thailand. He's travelling all over the place. And so maybe we should complain to Paddy Doyle and say, hey, you didn't tell us about the bad stuff that can happen. So anybody watch Paddy Doyle? Is he still about? I haven't seen his stuff for yonks. Anybody use that word yonks anymore? Or is that just me? It means ages, a long time ago. I had somebody, I was reading through the comments and some of the smart ass things. Wear a helmet, wear a helmet, wear a helmet. Well, guys, I'm wearing a helmet all the time. And the other thing is guys. How many times can you say guys? What am I supposed to say? The other thing I say a lot is When I edit videos, sometimes I'll go through and edit all the ums out, or just about, so. Yeah, okay, Aussie Jones, Rule 1, don't trust anyone. Rule 2, refer to Rule 1, yeah. Yeah, he's around, is he still, Paddy Doyle? Cool. Hey guys, just remember, if you're coming to Jomtien, look me up. I'm contactable. You can email me on aussieinthailand@gmail.com. That's Aussie, the same as on up here, but just all lowercase. You can email me if you want to catch up, what have you. I should be still here. Another bike tour through Thailand. It'd be a bit different than COVID one. See you, Jeff. Thanks for the things, and I'll have a feed with Brian with that. Good guy. Yeah, so I sat down with Brian today, and we ate a 90 baht burger and fries today together at a place. He took me around the corner here and showed me this place that he used to eat. Very cheap and very good. Yeah, it does. It does. NCS Playing. That's an interesting name, but yes, you're right. NCS. In the trolls in the videos that I was going through today, right? Like they're just really, really harsh, and I understand that. But I've got people saying this guy never learns, and these guys, they're not qualified to say that. They don't know what was going on, and we give him good information and he just deletes it. See you, buddy. See you, Jeff. And, I don't want to hear from these creeps that are just got big mouths and, they think they know everything. They don't know anything about the story. And then they turn around and say, this guy never learns, And why would you let him run a bar? And why would you do this? And why would you do that, mate? They know nothing. No, absolutely nothing. So, it's incredible. So trolling's a big problem. I was talking to Sammy the other day from, you guys know Sammy's channel, I don't know it, but he's, yeah. Yeah, 90 baht, 3-course meal in Isaan. Yeah, don't doubt it. But we didn't want we didn't want Thai food. Just down from me, 100 meters down. I can go there. Paddy and we had dinner. We had a couple of different things, and we both had like a Coke Zero, and I think it cost 113 baht, guys. It's about $4 something, and there was about 3 or 4 different dishes and 2 Coke Zeros. So that'll give you an idea of, like how cheap food can be. And the bakery's back open. A lot of people ask me about where's that bakery you went to on your videos? They shut it down now. They've opened it back up again, guys. So the 50 baht ham, cheese, tomato, onion, lettuce rolls are back on for 50 baht again across the road. So it's pretty cool. I was watching, because I haven't been real well lately, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that, and a lot of things about people going to jail, and one of this lady got done. She was a heroin addict, and she got done and went to a Thailand jail, and she was sick for 6 months, and all they feed them is spicy crap in jail. So I don't know if I could do that. I'd be struggling big time too. Yeah, they speak Isaan. Yeah, I know it's different. Isaan's different to Thai. I know. Alicia, guys, if you know Alicia, she's a girl I dated for a while when I was in Patong, and she's a lovely girl. She just got really jealous, and then just the thing ran its course. But she used to 1 minute say something, and then she'd say it in Isaan or Thai, and I said, "You're just trying to confuse me, aren't you?" But yeah, she used to come up with certain stuff, and I knew what she was saying because she'd say it quite regularly. Yeah. So, and a lot of people from here are from Isaan. Yeah. So guys, yeah, look, I'm just rapt about what the live streams have been like lately. Like, to do instant live streams and have 58 people and sometimes having 80 people and that coming on and having a chat, and some people just sit back and listen. Other people will just, get on. G'day, Michael Oz, how you going? Personally, you, this time isn't the best. What's going on, buddy? What's wrong? Yeah, I got some smart comments, I tell you, about... I said, do you think it's hard times in Australia with what's been going on with the economy and COVID and all that kind of stuff? And people go, you don't know what you're talking about. It's just low season, you idiot. Like, they're sending me comments like that, and I'm thinking, I know what's going on, guys. I live here. I see how many people that are here and not here, and how many people that are Aussies, and I know how many people that flag me down that are Aussies usually and stuff like that. Yeah, I was pretty stressed. Look, I went and I had a chat with my lawyer, and he pretty much said, he told me the worst scenario and what could happen. And I'm not a criminal, guys. I've got no criminal record. I've never done anything wrong, so they've got no reason. G'day, Evan. Yeah, no, everything's okay, mate. Yeah, I was really, like, if you don't know, guys, I was stressed out of my brain. I'd served a summons. I'm getting sued. I've got somebody that's in the background that's causing trouble for me, because basically, yeah, they're just not a very nice person, and they just like stirring up trouble. I won't mention any names, guys, but and don't ask me because I'm not going to say it, okay? But yeah, so I was really, really stressed, and I just don't see why people would go out of their way to cause you trouble when you've never, done anything. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm feeling like, after talking to my lawyer, and he told me, yeah, guys, I'm going to do some varied streams. I'm going to do them probably a bit earlier than I started tonight. I'll do some late ones, early ones, and whatever, and I'm just going to get a schedule going, and just everything's all over the place at the moment, and I've had a few internet problems. I'm getting internet installed, proper internet installed next week, guys. So I'll have a stable base and I won't be relying on streaming through my telephone and data and all that stuff. Good morning, Hackle Guru. Hey, I seen you on, whose channel was it? You were on somebody else's channel. I was watching a live stream and I seen your name come up. Yeah, and I thought, oh, that guy does my live streams. Yeah, how are you, brother? Yeah. I'm just trying to read that. Lawyer. Seems your lawyer was good at it. Worked out well. Yeah. Well, he just told me to calm down. He just said, look, these guys are... What they're trying to do is... Because, look, I'm not a criminal. I've never been a criminal. I'm not a scammer. I'm not anything like that. And it doesn't sit well with me. It makes me really angry that I get accused of this kind of stuff by people that are just scumbags, you know what I mean? And I get pretty wound up about it. And he knows it. He's a good guy. And he goes, I know all about you. He says, I know you don't like this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But he said, don't let them get to you. They're trying to get to you and they're trying to make you sort of put you on the back foot by, basically running you down. It's like a bully tactic, you know what I mean? But because I'm dealing in something that I'm normally a really confident person, guys, and I have a go at anything, you know what I mean? But, I'm doing something that's out of my comfort zone and that I don't know anything about. Yeah, so Justin, I learned online for 3 years, then come to Isaan and everyone speaks Isaan. Well, Aussie accents really make life difficult for speaking Thai, yeah. I always get told, slow down. Well, guys, I've done a bit of auctioneering in my time, guys, so I've been known to speak pretty fast. The Barefoot Builder down under. Hi, Greg. What's the plan if you don't win your case? Enjoy your content, mate. Keep safe. Thanks, buddy. Okay, now I've got a plan. All right, so if I win my case and I get some money back, it's back to what I wanted to do. Maybe even a bar. Like, it won't be where it was, but look, I turned my business into a little tourist attraction, which was outperformed all the places around it. Now I think I can do it again. I think with the exposure that I've got, whatever, but it'll just be structured differently because of obviously what happened to me, So something along those lines again I'd like to do. Now if I lose the case, right, my super isn't that much, guys. I'm going to have a crack at it anyway. So look, if I can't get something I like and whatever, I've got to work out, do I want to go back to Australia? But I would like to do what I did pretty much again. Have another crack at it, just with a more solid base and a structure and a company backing, so I couldn't get taken to the cleaners again. So, yeah. Guys, I'll just tell you something now. It was totally my idea to build a bar and to do this. This was part of my plan, and my plan was, it was going to plan, it was done everything. It just I happened to meet the wrong person at the wrong time, and yeah, so and I got deceived. So, but like, you just don't know how good some people are at spinning crap, Yeah. Okay. Ricky said. Bendigo Hydroblast, and hey mate, just lurking in the background. Greetings from Bendigo, Oz. Cheers. Thanks, Bendigo. Thanks for popping in. Evan, have you ever been to Europe? No, mate, I haven't been to Europe. I haven't. Look, I've been to where have I been? I've been to America. Been to Hawaii. Yeah, and Thailand. That's about it, really. I've been all over Thailand. I was always too busy working, guys, like when I was, my kids are young and whatever. What time is it? 7:40. Well, at least the stream's going good tonight. No one's complaining about any problems with it. So what I'd like to do, my next thing is, okay, so I want to do the same thing again, the bar or another business over here, promote it through my YouTube, get it like a little tourist attraction. A lot of people were putting it on their bucket list to come, right, including like my good mate Brad Oswald, who's from Australia, who I become mates with through YouTube and many others, and you know, and they just brought people and business to my bar like you wouldn't believe. There's like a guy named Trebs that he was on yesterday, and Mal, who's supported Brian. He used to come to my bar, and you know, and they all come and supported the bar, and it was really, really good. See you, Wilso. Thanks for popping in, buddy. So it was really, really good, and it was just like, you know, talking to you guys now. It's talking to you guys now. I could have a chat with everybody, and they come to meet the guy, the Aussie guy that built the bar in Thailand, and it was a really, really good thing until it turned pear-shaped. So anyway, it is what it is, guys. So what's going on from there's 59 people on. Where are you from, guys? Expired passport, bro. I met a Thai lady in Phuket who's married to a bloke in Bendigo in a massage shop. Okay. So what's that about? Expired passport, bro? He's married to a bloke in Bendigo in a massage shop. That sounds familiar. Do I know something about that? Guys, look, I'm not brain dead. I speak to so many people, and they tell me their little stories, and you know, when my poor old brain has only got so much capacity left. I can only hear a couple of hundred stories, and I start forgetting things. Yeah, Bobby Crush. Once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe. Who knows? Look, I'm not saying it's going to be a bar, but I want another business. Okay, well that's a good thing, Rusty, yeah. We're an internet-based business, okay, yeah. Internet-based is the way to go. I keep seeing all this stuff, AI. I want to learn some of that stuff while I'm mucking around on computers. Yeah. What, you popped in and seen me? Did expired passport, was that you that come and seen me? Is that what you're saying? There's a love heart over the end of the sentence, mate, so I can't see until the next person puts a question. And where is it? Expired passport was... Okay, gotcha, sorry. Sorry about my coughing and that, guys. Oh, who was it? The real Benny Mac. Thanks, Benny. He bought me 10 beers, I think, the other day. So on the live chat, he bought me, you know, in the bio, this thing on the screen, bought me, 10 coffees. So thanks for that, Benny. That was cool. Who else? Jim, thanks for the coffees. Mal, thanks for the coffees. Yeah. Yeah, no, good. Really good. Guys, I want to go back to Australia. I don't want to go there to live, but I want to go back and see my little brother and my daughter. Chat, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Andy. You know, look, I'm open to criticise, constructive criticising, guys, but you know what? Yeah. Constructive criticism. But you know what? If you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know the story, you shouldn't really, you know, comment. You know, like, people just stick the boot in and then they start just saying stupid things, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. What's the point? You know, you hear something second-hand and you have a big opinion on it, really? What's that all about? And some of these things, oh, this guy never learns and he should wear a helmet, he's an idiot, and blah, blah, blah. I hope he's got his health insurance paid, and just all this kind of crap. I'm thinking, why would you go on with that kind of crap? Guys, I used to want to drive around a lot here. Now, I'm going to explain something to you. Around this little part of Jomtien where I am, right, it's pretty much from the Pattaya, which is the entrance to Jomtien Beach, back south of it, right, for the whole Jomtien Beach area, there's no police, right? Everybody rides around here without a helmet. I got into a bad habit of doing it. You know, when you're riding around here at the time, I know you can come off and hurt yourself in that, but and you shouldn't do it. But that's what I was doing, and it's hot over here too, so I got into some bad habits. But after getting trolled a million times and stuff like that, I sort of thought about it. And in Australia, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even go out the door on my motorbike without having proper boots and full kit on. You know what I mean? The least exposed I'd be would be Kevlar jeans and a motorbike jacket and proper boots. You know, so yeah. Sort your business out in Australia, much easier to get your super. Look, I'm not really interested in Australia, guys. It just doesn't really do it for me. I like it here. I want to be here. So, guys, I was just talking to my lawyer the other day, and he was saying about Greg. He said, you know, with the new rules that they've done, Australians and a lot of other countries just can come in down the immigration, get a 30-day extension, and then you can just do a border run and start it all again. So there's no real necessity for things like retirement visas. So he reckons it's going to be a lot easier to... Yeah, I'm going to sort my business in Australia and organise my super. I'm actually in the process of organising my super. Now, I might have to go home, right? Yeah. Yeah, full protection gear. Yeah, you don't want to catch an STD. Yeah, guys, you know what? When you're riding around a little motor scooter and compared to like a big monster bike, like a 1290 Super Duke KTM or a 1400cc 200 horsepower monster bike, and you get a little scooter that's got 30 horsepower, you sort of it's a bit different. I wouldn't be game to even I can't remember the last time I wear a pair of shoes, guys. You know, I wear to go walking. That's the only time I put a pair of sneakers on. Other than that, it's flip flops. Yeah, 60, like Bobby, unlimited, or not unlimited, 60 days visa straight off the plane, and then you can get a 30-day extension, and then you can go and do a border crossing and come back, and you've got another 60 days to go again. So that's what they're talking about. So they reckon it's going to cost Thailand a lot of money from they're losing money on Watsy, but they should get a lot of tourists back in. But you know, it's an option. You know, like you go to an agent for a visa, and it costs you pretty much I think 16,000 baht for get your visa renewed for a year. 16,000 baht, guys, is about $600. Okay, but only two a year if by plane. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I don't know if that's right. I think that guy from Phuket, Tim Newton, he said otherwise. Nobody's 100% clear on it yet, Bobby, I don't think. But you may be right. I'll check it out. I'll see if I can find. Okay. Okay, so all right. No, it sounds good. Yeah, I think I've heard that. Okay, that's interesting. That's something maybe I'll look at next time. My visa's still good until February or March next year, so I'll be around somewhere. Like I said, guys, if you want to talk to me or anything, email me, aussieinthailand@gmail.com. Pretty easy to remember. Okay, guys, so keep an eye out. I'll try and talk to Brian, and I'll schedule the stream for a few days' time, and I'll have it up in advance rather than just doing it instant, okay? Yeah, that's probably what it was. Hackle Guru, yeah, probably I'm Tim Newton. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, JG. I'm not sure, but I think you can fly in, and then get an extension, and then I think I don't think there's any limit to what you can do. But yeah, they will be. There'll be a lot of crab. No, it's not. You don't reckon? All right, guys. I can't say because I don't really know. But my lawyer, he seems to think a week, Laos or Cambodia. Yeah. I want to check that out anyway. I want to do that, but when I got a bit more cash, guys. Big shout out to my little brother that's been helping me out. Without him, life would be a lot tougher. Okay, 2 by plane and limited at land borders. Okay. Well, there you go, guys. Just get over to Cambodia or whatever. I don't think it's very far by car. How much? I've got no idea. No idea. Bobby, do you know how much the border runs are? Okay, you can fly to Cambodia for about 50 or 60 bucks. Here, fishy. Hey, buddy, how are you? I love some of the names that I get on here. That rat, if you're on here, if you're sitting in the background lurking, mate, thanks for the donations of the beers that you bought me. 10 beers. It's like $50. Thanks a heap, say. You reckon that's all it is? You reckon you've only got 180 days and you got to do something else? Hackle? Okay, alright. Living the dream, yeah, living the dream. Yeah. Guys, a friend of mine's got a bar down here. His birthday the other, I don't know, about a week or two ago. And I went down there, and a couple of these 2 young blokes, they've got a few bars in Pattaya. And mate, these guys are just killing it. They got the lifestyles like you wouldn't believe. You know, their bars are going great guns. They got a good system. They got girls in their bars, and they got a contract that they put them on, and they're killing it. And you know, you just see them, and we end up doing a bit of karaoke and stuff with them, and we had a really, really good night. And these guys are just such nice guys. But you know, some people are on the ball and got it all sorted, eh? If anybody hears any more about the thing, just keep an eye out, keep an ear out, and I'd like to know a bit more about this this visa thing. Okay. Okay, Haggle is correct. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. Yeah, the visa agents are going to be absolutely spewing. They're going to lose out so much money. Okay. Michael Oz. I was going for chat rate, 56 comments, blah, blah, blah. Average duration on. Stream is healthy, everything's good. Good stuff. Okay, guys, all the settings are working all well now, so I don't know what happened. I think it might have with my OBS, which is I'm running for my streaming software. I think it they give me an update and I updated it, but it just wasn't happy. Have I ever tried the Nauru massage? No. What's that mean? What's a Nauru massage? Is this got a punchline? Come on, Evan. You put it out there, mate. What's a Nauru? Okay, alright. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Oh, you rubbed me up the wrong way. Yeah. I had a massage today. She tried to rub me up the wrong way. I got to get myself a decent chair, guys. I sit on this thing and it just kills me. My back aches and I spent way too much sitting on it. It's just like a dining chair. It's not much good. Oh, soapy. Okay, yeah. No, I've never had a soapy. Never. Okay, thanks, David. Guys, I used who did I use? I can't remember the name of the company. Look, my medical insurance at the moment isn't great because I haven't got a huge amount of money. It's just it's a basic one, and it's I got it through the Bangkok bank, so it's all right if I have a bike accident or something like that. But if I have something like that, I've got to pay for it again. So it's just like a one-off thing. Like, it will cover you for sickness and all that, but once you used it, it's like a, you know, say I go to hospital for a couple of weeks, I'm okay for that couple of weeks, but once that's finished, that's it. I've got to get it again. So the one I used before, I'm just trying to think the name of it. It's a Thai one. It was pretty good. Like it looked like they weren't going to pay me, but they said everything they said is exactly what they did. And then when they said we'll investigate it, it'll take so many days and blah blah blah. And if we find out that everything's okay, you'll be paid within this time. And they were exactly to their word, so that was pretty good. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I can't remember, guys. Sorry. Yeah, so what I was saying before, guys, I was just saying I was getting trolled, and you know, so and people are talking about me owning the Wombat and Kiwi Bar, guys. I don't own the Wombat and Kiwi Bar. It's got nothing to do with me. It's a friend of mine's got it. He's a really good guy, and I just go there because it's a good place to get something to eat, and the girls, the waitresses are there, all friendly, and they're not bar girls either. You know, it's just a sort of family environment. So. Yeah. No, I did see that, David. Yeah, Steady Eddie said basically they've told him that the surgeons have told him he's got 15 to 18 months to live, even though his cancer was removed. They've said it always comes back. I don't know if I agree with them saying that to him. Like, they give him hope and he's going good and all that, and then they tell him, you know, this brain tumor thing that was malignant, right? They always come back. So poor bloke's thinking, you know, well, can't I do chemo? Can't I do this? Can't I do that? I'm going to be dead in a year and a half. Has anybody else heard about, what's that guy's name? The one, Pijo. Anybody heard about him? He had stage 4, what's it called? Skin cancer, whatever that's called. Anybody heard anything about Pijo? He's gone back to Australia. Guys, I had a long time ago. I had a bit of a cancer scare, but it wasn't. I had a tumor, and it wasn't anything like stage 4 or whatever. It was a lymphoma down in my lymph glands in my near my hip, my groin, and it was very scary. So, and it wasn't any, it was stage 2. It wasn't stage 3 or stage 4 or anything like that. And it was yeah. No, I don't know. I don't watch your channel. I've sort of just watch it every now and then. But I hope he's okay, mate. You don't want to see any of these guys, come over here to whatever, and then they start kicking the bucket. Guys, I'm 59 years old, right? And my school that I went to, in the place I'm from in Australia, one of the schools I went to, Kingswood High School, a lot of the girls that I went to school with are dropping like flies. We lost another one the other day. So I'm thinking, in the last year I've lost like 5 girls at the age, none of them would have turned 60 yet. And just all from one form at school. And then from other schools that I went to around the area as well. They just seem to be dropping like flies. Anybody been through that, like all of a sudden? But that's too young at 59 years old, like... So nobody knows about PJ's channel. Steady Eddie's had some bad news. They told him he's, probably not going to make it for past another 18 months. That's terrible. I don't... Guys, do you agree with... Do you think they should have told him that? Yeah. I know of somebody that was told that they had 6 months to live, right? And that was like 12 years ago, and they're still going. One of the guys he's a golfer. He plays. He hangs out at one of the bars in Rompo, and he organises a lot of golf things and that. And apparently he had pretty bad cancer, and he was treated for it. And he was supposed to have already been dead, but that's like 6 or 7 years ago. The vax, you reckon people that got vaccinations are dropping off? When you have haters, yeah. But you know what, Sammy from Gone Adrift, he was telling me he gets a lot of trolls too, and people carry on. So I reckon it's the gel massage big in Japan. Fascia snake juice. Ugh. Okay, are they those tablets that they take for weight loss as well, David? So now that you've been, hey David, now that you've been treated, do you feel better? And how did you find out you had diabetes? What were the symptoms? Sorry, mate, Bobby, that's funny. Jedi 3, worldwide 36 million people have died from vaccinations. Wow. Died from the flu under a bus. Oh God. Yeah. You've lost a few kilos from that drug. Did you know that you had diabetes, or how did you feel? How did that come about? Had a few dizzy spells, okay. Yeah, my dad was a stage 1 diabetic and a type 1 diabetic, and mate, he died at the age of 30. Yeah, no, but is it the doctor's opinion, or is it just I know what you're saying, but like they remove it out of your head and then they say, okay, we've got it all, but it's going to come back and kill you. Bitch, okay. So that David, that stuff, how much does that cost you? Because there's my friends are diabetic, and there's a big shortage of that medicine in Australia. That's the stuff they use, like those pen needle things, yeah? Krill oil and, I can't see the other one, but where is it? Oh, krill oil and fish oil, yeah, okay. Yeah, they're supposed to be really good for you. Been ill. Yeah. Yeah, well, guys, I've had COVID 5 times since I've been in Thailand. So, and I've been vaccinated 3 times. So, 2 AstraZeneca and 1 Pfizer in Australia. But I haven't had another one. And when I got COVID this time, it was totally different. Just started off with a really sore throat and a headache. That was gone in 2 or 3 days. It didn't last like the stuff before, but just lost so much strength and energy, and I could hardly stand up. So that sort of COVID figured things that had happened before. But normally, every other time that I've had COVID, I've had a really bad throat for about at least 10 days. Okay. What did you say? Hang on, where is it? Where are we? Improved there. So, Greg, why take something that wasn't worth? So, Greg, why take something that hasn't worked for you? What are you saying, buddy? What are you talking about? Improved the 86? Banana King, yeah. Well, that's what he said, Ed Sweeney. No, they didn't say it stops you. Okay. It doesn't stop you from getting COVID, but I haven't taken any more. Look, I'm. The age is bad. I wouldn't like to catch it again. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Like, it doesn't. For Jabbers doesn't stop you from getting COVID. It just apparently. Okay, here we go. It just apparently just makes you more immune to it, like the bad symptoms and stuff. So when I had the needles, they told me, look, it's not necessarily going to stop you getting COVID. Austin Powers, what are you saying? You got your bar then, mate. Mate, the bar's gone, Austin. Is Ed Sweeney jabbed? I have no idea. Me and my brother had this debate. He's dead set anti-vaxxer. Now he's been jabbed. I think he had to get jabbed for something or whatever. And mate, I've had really bad pneumonia, so I just didn't want to go on a respirator or a ventilator again. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for me. So I just went, got it as soon as I could get it. Okay. Alright, so I don't know anything about THC or CBD or anything. So, guys, it helps with benign cancer. But benign cancer is benign, so benign cancer is just like cysts and stuff, but isn't it? Really? Benign cancer is stuff that doesn't spread all over your body, yeah, right? And malignant is the dangerous one. You know what? When I did have that that thing removed and I'd done chemo and all that, they told me that at the time that sugar was my worst enemy and not to have sugar. So apparently the oncologist said that sugar is really, really bad and it feeds cancer. So has anybody heard anything else? David, you're a single guy that don't eat too healthy. Yeah, there's a lot of them around, guys. Need more salt to solidify the mucus. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been 3 weeks since I got COVID. Yeah, okay. John. I'm still coughing up that crap now. So does everybody get flu shots every year? See, because I've never really... I've had a couple of flu shots in my whole life, but I've never got one every year. And I generally only get the flu once every couple of years. Hey, Stephen. Yeah, Stephen, I got Brian on today, and but everything crashed and the system didn't work and the internet crashed, so we didn't really get a chance to do a proper stream. So I got it all sorted out now, I think, and so I'll talk to Brian tomorrow, and we'll plan a date and time when he can come, and we'll do another stream. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do another stream with Brian, and he can have a chat to you guys, and you can ask him some questions. But guys, when you do, don't interrogate him. Like he's gone through a lot, you know. Like poor guy, he's doesn't know who he's Alpha or Marfa. Like when I looked at him the other day and now give him the money, I didn't know. He was blank, and then he looked like he was going to cry. You know, like he was. No bite is. Oh, here we go. Mate, guess what, buddy? English shirt. Can someone make a comment after this null bite so I can delete him? I love people like this guy. Well, somebody just make a comment so it moves up in my comments so I can just delete this guy. I'll make a comment. Sure, thanks, mate. Okay, so null bite, you're gone, buddy. I hate people like that. Like he just comes in and, oh, is this what you talk about? And, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, look, if you're going to be a jerk, go and be a jerk on somebody else's channel, guys. I'm not here to be a jerk to you guys. I'm here to talk. My channel is what it is. If you don't like it, don't come here. But don't sit here and then say, oh, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. So, look, like I said, guys, I had enough of trolling. People know that, he's talking about depression, and I talk about depression with you guys, because I struggle with it, and a lot of people struggle with it. And I'm trying to bring it out in all part of the clan. I'm trying to bring it out so people that have got depression know that they can, have a chat or talk to somebody or whatever, and it helps them, you know. Like, but you get clowns like this, just negative. Yeah, that's what we need, guys. Negative. You know what? And through the hard times, like when I'm getting trolled and I'm getting bloody people trying to get me locked up and arrested and stuff like that. Now, the guys like you guys that talk to me and my lawyer and all that, like, I rely on a bit of human contact. That's somebody alright to make me feel better. And when you get depressed, sometimes you just isolate yourself and lock yourself away and don't talk to anybody, and you just make yourself worse. And that's what I try not to do. And now that I know a few people that I've seen, like especially in motorbike riding, that have just killed themselves. And you know what? I feel bad because I knew that they were depressed. And although I didn't know them personally that well, I knew a couple of guys that killed themselves, and they were really, really... I knew that they were in trouble. Well, guys, it's about anything. It's about whatever you want it to be. You want to have a chat about anything, I don't care, as long as, if I can help you and, you can have a good holiday here, or g'day Parminator. I used to be called like something like that at school. Another live stream. Love them, mate. Thanks, Junior. How you going, buddy? John Day. Who? Whoa, who? Yeah, so, guys, as long as we're not being negative and putting shit on people, look, I'd rather try and help people. And you guys, that crap that I've been accused of doesn't sit well with me, and it's all going to come out in the wash one day. Who done what, and how it all happened. So I'm looking forward to that day. It'll be a good day. Yeah, good on you, Buick. You know what it's like. You know what? I know somebody that's given me a hard time, right? And been an absolute, pain in the ass, but they suffer from depression too, but I think they also suffer from a few other things other than depression, maybe like schizophrenia and bipolar. So, I'm not about to attack them because I know that, well, I haven't got that, but I know how hard that must be. Okay, so you've come across him, Banana King. Cool. Yeah, it didn't take too much, mate. They just say, whatever. There's one bar in Jomtien, right? And the guy that owns it's a really nice guy. I've had words with him, and he's a good guy. And some of the guys there are okay. But I tell you what, they got a few idiots there. And I had one guy, and I called him out, and he just about run away. Like, he had big mouth sitting behind the bar, telling everybody, and oh, you're an idiot and you know this, and mate, I don't even know this guy yet. He's telling me I'm an idiot and I deserve what I get and go back to Australia and blah blah blah. And I called him out, mate, and yeah, he wasn't real forthcoming, put it that way. Yeah, I did, David. Yeah, I did. I had a good bar, and I never had a flu shot. Yeah, no, I've only had a couple in my whole life. I didn't really particularly want to get them either. But some people go every year and get them regardless. Now, David, you were at my bar a few times, and it was always a good bar. It was always a good attitude. It was a friendly place. It was, If I do it again, it's going to be bigger and better because it'll have better people, guys. But if I do it, I've got to fix myself up more because I'm going to... Look, the bottom line is if you start a bar, you're putting your health and yourself at risk because, you just can't live drinking and late nights every night, and that it's just going to take its toll. So for me, if I do it, I'm just going to have to commit to going to the gym every day and watching how much I drink and exercising and all that kind of stuff, because if I don't, I won't survive, mate. So many people here die, and like I know about 3 or 4. That's a lie. I know 2, but I know of about 3 or 4 from Rompo Market, guys that have had in bars and around that area that have died. Riding with Palminator, yeah. Well, mate, you know what? I used to lead a lot of rides, motorbike rides, and I wouldn't mind once I'm starting another like a weekend ride group. See if we can go for some rides around here. Don't know, guys. I think I'd have to sort of call it, I don't know, something to do with Palmies again. The Palmies keeps it real. It's me. Palmies back was, I don't know. Yeah, they, like we only had 4 TVs, but I always tried to, keep the good sports on and stuff like that, and we had a good pool table, and we had food and just everything, you could ask from a little bar. I think we sort of had it covered, except for a few staffing problems caused by certain people. Yeah, so that's interesting. Well, I don't know what I'd call it, guys. Do you think I'd have to leave it along the lines of, Palmies? I'm actually thinking Palmies Beer and Birds. Yeah. I'm thinking about actually changing the name of my YouTube channel. But I don't know if it'll hurt me or it'll help, because I think it's, I never thought about it at the time, but Aussie and Thailand, it's just sort of segregates me to mainly Aussies, and it but who knows. Thinking about it. If you can think of another name that I maybe should change my Palmies to. Well, that's what I've been thinking of, Bossa Nova. Yeah, but my YouTube channel, I've been thinking about changing the name of that. Because I think the Aussie factor is a bit limiting. Palmies, yeah. 2 palms. Yeah. Okay, does anyone know if YouTuber Benny Brez, the Aussie, if that bar, Benny Brez is Canadian, okay? The Aussie in that bar he started is going well. Okay. I don't know, guys, I don't know what you're saying there, but Benny Brez, he's from Canada. The Canadian guy, he's got bars in Rompo Market, the larger fella. I don't know if he started thing, but I know he was doing some stuff up in Isaan and travelling around up there. I seen a couple of his videos the other day. How could Guru? I suffer from depression and anxiety. It could be okay, I suffer from depression and anxiety. It could be, where would we go? Inherited from your parents or learn. Having more spokesmen and advocates for mental awareness is very important, especially these days. Yeah, I agree. Palmy's bigger and better, yeah. Thanks, Banana King. Guys, you got to remember, I'm not, like, you look at Sam and stuff like that, he's a good video maker. Guys, I'm an old guy that missed the boat as far as computers and everything goes, and technology and stuff like that. So making videos and that, for me, although it's not that hard now, it was pretty hard work for a while. And Simon V, I don't know where I'd do it. I'd probably do it here. Hey Tim, get a palmy at Palmies. Yeah. Mate, I don't know, Improved the 86. I don't know if he went in with an Aussie guy. I only seen his videos the other day. Guys, I can't go into Rompo anymore. I'm been banned from Rompo. We've So I believe I was in Orange Bar in Rompo a couple of weeks ago, and the girls come and wrap themselves around me and push me down out of the way, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? And the lady that runs the bar was riding past on a bicycle, and they said, just stay out of her wake. You're not supposed to be here. So there you go. I'm bad. Yeah, improved the 86. I don't know what he done. He was with her. No, he was. I don't know. I don't think he was Australian. I think he was with an American guy up in Isaan. Like he's a coloured guy. I think he was American, and he was up there, and he went to a concert then. Classic, yeah. Yeah, so guys, yeah, so I'm apparently barred. I haven't done anything, you know what I mean? To get barred like everything that happens to me. Get arrested for nothing, get barred for nothing, get sued for nothing. Yeah, look, I don't know. I think I'd want something down the beach, or maybe in the Prior or something like that. Something that I could sort of put in a good spot that could, it'd have to be easy to find. And look, there's just too much. I think there's too much bad blood with all the crap that's gone on, and in Rompo Market for me to ever go back there. Now, mind you, I've not had any bad blood with anybody in there, even the management of the market or anything like that. Never. But just the stuff that's happened in there since I've left, and the stuff that I've been accused of, and what have you. So has anybody else been in a predicament, right, where they've been, in a similar situation to me, and then people, just absolutely lie and carry on about and make you out to be the bad person when you've done nothing? You're the one that's been taken to the cleaners. Maybe be a silent partner in a bar. Yeah, well, look. Yeah. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities. My lawyer's talking stuff like that. He reckons that I'll be able to just start something with investors and get something going. Okay, Tim, did I hear about Irish 25-year-old that crashed a bike in Phuket? He wasn't wearing a helmet and in a bad way. Family running a GoFundMe for his... No, I didn't, guys. Thai women are good at that, yeah. That's sad. Look, guys, look, I should know better than I deserve to get trolled about riding around with no helmet. That's just stupid. But my thing was, half these helmets and stuff, if you look what the police wear, they wear bicycle helmets, but they got a police thing on them. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So is this guy okay or what from that crashed the bike in Phuket? Phuket's a dangerous place on a bike. I used to ride around Phuket a lot, and man, it's a shitty place to ride. It's like when you go up to Kamala and stuff like that, those bends and the van drivers, they just straight line all the bends. It doesn't matter if you're next to them; they don't care if they take you out. I also know a lot of blows. Yeah. Okay, so what's Benny doing? Is he promoting his bar? Because Benny Brez is a good example of how to promote for a bar. I know he was hanging around a lot of bars. He was hanging around O-Top for a fair bit. He went back to Canada for a while, I think. Andy Pandy had been aching. Why did you put a link? Who did this? Why did you put a link in this stream and say that he's another Pattaya loser? What are you talking about, Andy Pandy? That's no good, mate, Tim. Don't wish to see anybody hurt. In Gaza's stream. Who's Gaza, mate? Andy, sorry, I'm not with you. Who's Gaza's stream, and what's this thing about putting a link saying he's another Pattaya loser? Who are you referring to? I'm another Pattaya loser? What's going on? Banana King, I'd imagine you and Brian could get some okay, so I'm Andy Penny, good luck. Good look. It's no bloke. I don't know what's going on here, guys. What are you guys going on about? I've got no idea. And who's the loser and what's going on? Anybody can tell me what's going on here? Who's Gaza? Who's the loser? Who's another Pattaya loser? Banana King. What's going on? He follows you everywhere, okay. Is he a troll? Okay, well, okay. Well, guess what? Andy Penny. Banana King calling me a loser. No, I don't have my bar, buddy. Okay, so you're out. And guess what, Andy Pandy? So are you. Okay, so guys, I don't know what's going on there, but you know, like that Andy Pandy. Where is he? So you Buick, you going? Hello, everybody. Yeah. All right, guys. You know what? What's going on? Oh, there it is. 52. How long has the stream been going for tonight? Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up, you know, like, I didn't plan on going this long tonight anyway, but I've got the stream fixed, and I'll start advertising some streams soon. Probably do a couple more instant ones, and I'll get Brian in, and we'll start organising some stuff properly. Now I think the stream's fixed. We'll go from there. So thanks for joining me, guys, for the trolls. That's what I'll just do to them, guys. I'm just going to delete them. I'm not really interested. I don't know about Banana King or whatever he was. He didn't seem to do anything, but that Andy Pandy guy and whatever. Anyway, guys, take care. Look after yourselves, okay?